everybody, it's old buddy Ben Cleaver here with that hashtag show. I'm here with Pauly Shore today, comedian, movie star, comedy legend, actor, Pauly Shore, and we're here to talk about a goofy movie.
You forgot to say that I'm good at making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches too.
I am so sorry. Please forgive me for that. He is an incredible chef and creator of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So
with soy milk or no almond milk.
Okay. Guest House is a very goofy movie. I just got done watching it. It for me, it kind of harkened back to the golden age of raunchy comedies from like American Pie and all those films that came out around that same era. It's raunchy. It's hilarious. There's nudity, but it's very well done, very well written, very well performed. I was watching this and laughing so hard, my wife had to come into my office and be like, "What are you watching?"
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, and she even like stepped in and watched a little bit of it, and she's like, "Oh, this is actually really good." I'm like, "Yeah." Like I was really happy with it. Great cast, of course, the great Pauly Shore, Aimee Teegarden, Mike Castle, Billy Zane, Steve-O, Erik Griffin, Lou Ferrigno Jr., Chris Kattan, a Possum, a slew of other comedians and actors people will recognize. Tell me, Pauly, tell me about your character Randy in this movie.
Well, I was a little bit hesitant because the guy's so crazy. He's like doing cocaine and stuff, and I'm like, I can't do cocaine on camera. Like, that's gnarly. Like, that's like heavy. And then I'm like, wait a minute, like it's fake. And Al Pacino did it in Scarface, and just lean in and commit to this kind of outrageous kind of guy. And I just did, I just didn't hold back, and I committed, and I think it worked out, Yeah,
it definitely did. There was a lot of crazy shit in this movie, including like a lot of stunts. Did you do any of your own stunts? Because in some of these scenes, you're flying around and getting punched and all that kind of stuff.
No. I'm Jewish. I can't do stunts. Jews don't do stunts.
Okay, fair enough. Did you guys film this here in LA?
Yeah, in the Valley.
Okay. How long did that shoot take?
Well, it took, 3 or 4 months to prep the whole thing. And then it took about, I think, over a month to film the actual film,
Mm-hmm.
And, I worked really hard with everyone on the script. I think the script, it's always, if it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. And I think, the story of me living in a guest house, not leaving, is a very simple story that people can relate to. Because obviously, especially in COVID times, you got people living and sponging and taking advantage and, utilizing, the law. Oh, you can't kick me out because Section 4321 says I got California code. Bullshit. You know what I mean? And so it's relatable like that. And then, Mike Castle's character is a guy that used to get really hammered when he was in college, and now he's trying to keep it all together. So I kind of I prey on that, my character preys on that, and then I lock him into my world, and then it's, then I lock him in, and then and that way, I get him to kind of start liking me,
Tell me about the creative process, like coming up with this idea, all the gags, all the jokes, the partying scenes, all this stuff. I mean, it must have been a blast to shoot this.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was, again, it started off with the premise, and then from there, me and some of the writers, we went and rewrote a lot of the stuff. I try to soften up my character, so at the end, when you kind of know what happens, we see the reason behind it. But yeah, it was just the dick pipe, that's a classic scene, and me having sex with the girl in the sex swing was pretty wild. And then all the stuff with Erik Griffin, becoming friends with the police officer and kind of like kissing his ass, but just like, really, trying to get, Mike Castle's character, Blake, to just fucking take off. You know what I mean? And so, but again, I keep going back to the story, all the gags I don't think would have worked if there wasn't a story there. And I always kind of I think that's the most important thing is is that, it's kind of like the movie Neighbors, where they're fighting, or War of the Roses, where, even What About Bob, that great, Bill Murray film, which I loved. So, but then you throw the R-rated thing in there, which I think is really good too, because the world is so sensitive now. And I like that, we just said, fuck it, let's go the opposite and not be sensitive. And I think that's another reason why it worked, because at the end of the day, we're no different than we are when we were, many years ago. Now we have censors and stuff where we have to be a little bit more sensitive about what we do and say. But underneath it all, we're all pretty cool. Yeah. And I think that has a lot to do with a lot of my comedies, even my older films. It's the same thing. So my other movies weren't rated R, but they were still kind of like a little bit out there. And I think, with my comedy and my style, and I'm fortunate enough to star in films and be in movies, that I'm able to kind of portray someone that, people look at and go, oh, that's awesome, or oh my God, that's fun, or almost like a good party song. You know what I mean? Like, you listen to good songs, they make you feel good. In this film, I think it's just cool. It's just it's wild. And here's the DVD right here, the Blu-ray, right?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And it's coming out. So, I hope people, want to get it and, smoke some weed and check it out,
Let's talk about your podcast. Absolutely. Please do.
Yeah. Random Rants. It's on YouTube and it's on Spotify and it's everywhere. And it's fun. This week is Jeff Ross. Next week is Bill Burr. So these are great comics.
Oh, yeah.
And I want people to watch the podcast. It's pretty wild. And also I have another show that I'm putting out that I do all the time called Classic Scenes from Classic Movies on my YouTube page. And then also Sweating with the Wheeze, which is my my workout Richard Simmons kind of show. And then I have a band called the Rancho Cuatro. So if you follow all my social media, I'm having really fun. I moved to Las Vegas about 5 months ago.
Okay.
I started kind of a new life out here for now, and I'm having a really good time. So, people should follow my Instagram and my Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff, because the stuff I'm doing on there is really fun, And that's the beauty of where we're at in life now, is like you can do and create anything you want online. And, you might not get millions of followers or millions of views, but that's okay, because artistically you're getting out what you wanted to get out, and that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Any level of this business is good. Yeah.
I agree.
It doesn't matter what level you're at.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. That all sounds like a lot of fun. Definitely get on to social media, follow Pauly Shore, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Tell me the name of your podcast again.
It's called Random Rants.
Random Rants, and you're having Jeff Ross and Bill Burr.
Jeff Ross is this week,
okay,
and then Bill Burr is next week.
Oh, those are going to be great episodes. I'm looking forward to checking those out.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So I want people to check out Guest House. It comes out on November 10th, all over, and I'm very proud of the movie. And it's a good party.
It is a good party. I can vouch for that. It was hilarious. It was the thing was, it's like, oh, it's a raunchy comedy, but it was so well written and so fun to watch, and so well acted by everybody that it drew me in, and I was in it. I would have smoked the cock pipe for this movie. So
awesome. Well, you can come over and I got it. I'll pull it out for you if you want. Whoa, right, bro. Nice.
Next time I'm in Vegas, I'll hit you up. All right.
All right, my man.
All right, sounds good. Guest House is out now on digital. It's coming out on Blu-ray November 10th. Pauly, it's been an honor talking to you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Bye.
All right, bye.
Peace.